In a village where the fog never lifted, Elias lived a life measured by the mechanical heartbeat. His shop was a sanctuary of brass and gears, yet amidst the constant ticking, a profound silence reigned. He was a man out of time, isolated by his own choice. The mist outside mirrored the gray emptiness. Every gear he polished and every spring he wound was merely a way to distract himself. He believed that by mastering time, he could avoid the messy unpredictability of human connection. But time, as Elias would soon learn, has a way of catching up to those who try to hide. The perpetual fog was not just outside, it had seeped into his very soul, chilling his empathy, turning his world into a series of rhythmic, hollow sounds. One rainy evening, a sharp, desperate pounding at the door broke the rhythm. A ragged stranger stood there, shivering and clutching a rusted iron box. His eyes held a haunting light that made Elias recoil. "Please," the man whispered. Elias hesitated, his instinct for isolation warring with a sudden, sharp prick of conscience. Finally, he stepped aside and let the cold wind blow the man inside. The stranger placed the heavy box on the counter. He didn't ask for food or warmth. He looked at the clockmaker with a gaze that seemed to see through his defenses. "This box," the stranger murmured, "holds the weight of your choices." As night deepened, the air in the shop grew unnaturally cold, turning Elias's breath into white plumes. The stranger was gone, vanished as if he had never been. Suddenly, every clock in the room began to chime in perfect, eerie unison. The sound was not musical. It was a rhythmic, piercing roar that sliced through the darkness. The rusted box sat on the counter, vibrating with a strange internal energy. The ticking of the clocks accelerated, matching the frantic pounding of his heart. Elias pried the box open, and the world dissolved. Inside lay a single, glowing glass seed. As he touched it, the walls of his shop melted away into a swirling vortex of memories. He saw a hungry child standing just outside his window, shivering in the fog. He saw an elderly woman struggling to carry wood through the deep snow. Each vision was a moment where he had chosen his own comfort over another's suffering. The weight of his indifference crashed down on him like a physical blow. The room began to spin violently, the ticking of the clocks reaching a deafening, frantic roar. He realized the rusted box was not a curse, but a mirror reflecting the darkness of his soul. The glass seed glowed brighter, burning his palm with the truth of his life. He felt the coldness of his heart finally breaking. "No more," he screamed over the cacophony. "I will change. I will not be this man any longer." He grasped the seed with all his strength, surrendering his pride to the light. The noise reached a final, impossible crescendo. And then, everything went black. Silence fell, heavy and profound. The fog outside had vanished, replaced by a golden sunrise. Elias rushed into the street, his heart lighter than it had been in decades. In the center of the village square, he knelt and placed the glass seed into the earth. Instantly, a magnificent tree erupted from the ground, its leaves shimmering with warmth. The villagers gathered, their faces softening. Elias spent his days among people. The rusted box remained on his shelf, a silent reminder that kindness stops time. He was no longer a keeper of hours, but a keeper of hearts, understanding at last that the greatest gift is what we give to others.